So the games that we like to show that are outside the mainstream, that are very alternative and small, often don't find they find creative success, but they don't find financial success. The developers are usually doing it as a very part-time thing, a spare time thing, and they're putting up these creations on the internet for free. So if we can, the bar that I'm now running has a policy of paying everyone if we show their work, then we pay them an artist fee. And we're not going to obviously support these artists ourselves, but there's a shift between curators and people who run these kind of events toward paying the artists for their game, because this is not promotional. This is purely, we are using their game to get people to have a fun time so that we can run a functioning bar and feed ourselves. So hopefully we can run a successful business model, and hopefully other people will use the same successful business model, which includes paying the artist, and the artist can, after enough of these bars open up, which might take a while, but maybe one day someone could even make a living off old games, but we'll probably all be dead by then. So, one of the problems we have setting up the bar in Collingwood is discussing it with people and saying, oh, it's a small bar / gallery space for digital art and games. And suddenly people will put those two words together and say, oh, a bar, like a video game bar. And that says a lot to people. It usually implies either modern AAA sort of larger budget releases, or old 80s arcade classics, both of which already have their space in Melbourne, which is why one of the main reasons we came over to start here is when we started doing events in Perth, we had a difficult time promoting them because people just didn't understand what we were promoting. They didn't understand the format of the event, which was fine. It was very new, and it still is. But so we would take the approach of just trying to get people to come, and get a diverse group of people to come, and hopefully they wouldn't know what to expect. We did this by predominantly including local bands on the bill. So we would play at a venue, and we would rock up early and put in these games everywhere, and the band would rock up and sound check, and it was just, people would assume they were just going to a regular gig. They would know that there were going to be games there, but they didn't know in what capacity, and they would be surprised when they came in. And we've had really good success with that. We've had a lot of people realize the scene exists, and realize that people are making games in their own neighborhoods, and amazing little games. So there was a great sort of local games, local bands culture, and that's the easiest way that we found to break out of the stereotype of a games event. I think otherwise, a lot of things we do is just literally trying to do as many events as we can to get more marketing material that we can then send to marketers, to magazines, put on the internet. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but it works, and it's my favorite way to do it. Just do it first and then go from there.